Hey guys, Basil and Lowell from GraysonHobby, and we have another plane.
Again, another thing with only one motor and these wing things. I don't even know what's going on here.
So to this video today, we're going to do a product spotlight of the fairly new LDARC, or the KingKong 450x.
Flying wing.
Right.
Not drone, wing.
So we're going to do a quick unboxing, go over the highlights of this guy, show you how the flight controller works. If you're new to airplanes, this flight controller is somewhat a mediocre flight controller.
It's a very basic flight controller, but it's like an AS3X-ish style.
So if you're coming from planes, this will kind of get your feet wet in the quad world. So it's a kind of a good crossover, basic technology to kind of get you in that direction.
Yeah, minimal building, minimal soldering. It's the best of both worlds.
Yes. All right, so here it is. If you're new to the channel, GraysonHobby is a shop located outside of Atlanta, Georgia, where we sell and ship out quads and airplanes and drone parts and everything of sorts. And everything you see on our website is located here in our good old USA warehouse right outside of Atlanta. All right, so if you have an ET-115 and destroyed it and have the parts left over and don't know what to do with it, boom, there you go, right?
Yeah, I mean, all you need is a micro or nano size camera, Caddx ESO2, stuff like that. The Mobula 7 camera system and all that. There's a lot of those micro ones that will work on this.
Unboxing.
Yep, this is the Tiny Wing 450X. This is like a plug and play-ish quad.
Ooh.
So, cool thing about this one, let me move my stool here. That was the stool moving, for the record, for last person that said something on the video.
Wow.
You have almost the whole quad here. Stickers. And wow, okay. The vertical. And props, a bunch of props. 3.8 by 3, are they all the same? 3.8 by 3, 3.8 by 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so a bunch of props.
And wow, just two parts.
So there's one thing that you're missing, and that is a printed manual. KingKong's usually pretty good about printed manuals, but for some reason with this one, they decided not to do it. The link to the manual is a QR code, or you can go on KingKong's website, LDARC.com.
All right, so tell us about it. What's installed? What's there?
The quad, the wing.
Wow, that's first.
Has a 1105 5000 kV motor, so this is the same motor as the ET-115 V3.
So it's like a Sunny Sky, we think?
Yeah, Sunny Sky manufactured.
Okay.
The servos are, I believe, 3.7 gram servos. They look like a Bluebird servo. They got little plastic covers on the servos to keep them from getting stripped out. That's one thing with these micro quads. It's very easy to strip out servos.
Micro wing.
Micro wings. I'm sorry, guys. These servos are easy to strip out. The LEDs are here. There's actually 2 LEDs per side. That's nice because they actually work with the internal flight controller, which I'll show you in a second. And what they do is they actually have 3 different color modes. I believe it's red, green, and blue.
Flight controller. So
this has a little flight controller, very simple. It's going to plug in to your receiver. Now, to keep in mind with the ET-115, the AC900 receiver, what's in it? Well, that's actually the plug they use. So if you have an old ET-115 or something like that and you want to mess around with stuff, you could actually take the receiver out and plug it in. For those of you who don't, you can get a RXR adapter that we sell that if you don't want to solder, or cut the wires here and solder to like an XM Plus would work as well.
Okay.
So it does come with a harness. It does have the Spectrum plug on it, but guys, I don't believe this is for a Spectrum serial receiver because I couldn't get to bind up. I'll take a look. We're actually going to email the manufacturer and see if there is a way, because they do show a picture in the manual with a DX6E.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to get it to go, and I'm wondering if the no connection actually is a serial connection. But that's something completely different. We'll touch back on that if that's the case.
But why do you have a Spectrum radio anyway?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess for airplanes.
So this is an AC900 receiver, but this works with any FreeSky receiver S-Bus input. So the wires will line up and plug it in. I'm just going to go ahead and plug this receiver in, which does not come with the plane, but I'm going to plug it in for the sake of the video here.
So that new one, the AC9000 work too, or the AC?
Yeah, any S-Bus.
All right, okay. All right, so
this camera
that does not
come with it, and this camera does not come with it. But just to show you guys,
VTX.
It is an FPV platform.
So the camera and VTX do not.
So that could go there, and then your video transmitter could go somewhere in there. You could run it.
So basically, if you had a KingKong that's trashed, boom, here you go.
Yeah, or if you've upgraded the camera, like say you've put the Cinewhoop style system and you got rid of your VTX and camera off your other one, you could put it on this. Now you could also do like a nano camera, like from RunCam or Cadix, etc. You can do one of their nano cameras. You would have to cut out a little bit of foam, but it will fit.
Okay.
VTX wise, there's several on the market. Again, it's just a matter of cutting foam. There's no one way.
And that's not
only on this.
structural there, so you can cut that all you want.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
So you can cut it there. It's just what area where the battery goes.
All right.
So I'm going to put these aside, but I was just wanting to show you guys kind of what you would use. And these VTXs come with a heatsink if you're buying separately.
Right. So it all is, basically the point is it has all the cutouts.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is what I want to do. The whole point of that was to put it in and show you guys how the camera actually sits.
Ooh, pretty.
I got the antenna sticking out there, but you can see the camera's in dead center in the front.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of neat, and it's got a hole there. That's the calibration button if you need to set the gyro or anything like that.
So let's talk about that gyro and that flight controller while you're at.
So back to what it comes with.
Yeah.
This is a very simple flight controller. It uses a single button to calibrate and to set the attitude, the flight modes, and that's actually the reason why I was going to use this receiver is to power it up and show you guys the LED combination.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and get this. Let me grab a battery, and I'll be right back. All right, so the battery it calls for is a 450 2-cell.
With JST.
With a JST. I don't have a JST. I have an adapter from an XT30 to JST.
Because most everything we fly is XT30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the battery you can see goes in there pretty well and snug it up. On this plane, I would probably lengthen the wire and convert it if you want to. You can drop it this way if you want.
Or just turn it around.
The battery can shift back and forth depending on CG, but it's a 452 cell. Don't run it on 3-cell. All right. So when you first plug it in, keep it on a level surface. Gyro is going to calibrate. You'll see the flashing light. And then that's the motor arming. Gyro, and there you go. And
okay.
And then it's got the LED on the bottom. This is what I want to show you.
Yeah. So red means.
So the red is disarmed.
Okay.
And when you arm it, you have blue, green, and green. One is panic. This is panic recovery. This is
stability mode.
Stability mode, exactly. Yeah, to where it can it'll try level, but it also lets you flip and roll.
Okay.
It was more like just the gyro on, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And then the top one is manual mode. There's no, you can hear the gyro's not on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want complete manual control, it's the blue, and you can flip the switch however way you want when you program it. The gyro mode, and then that's the leveling mode that keeps it locked into a leveling self-righting.
So what's that mode? The last one?
It's like a self-righting mode.
Okay. So I always use level mode for like.
It can't go upside down on the level.
I gotcha. So when I launch, I always do the self-leveling mode?
Yeah. So you'd want to pretty much launch this thing in the green because it's going to keep it level and keep it from flipping upside down on you. And then probably progress to that and then manual mode overall.
That's it, huh?
Think of it as angle, horizon, and acro kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It does have an arm and disarm if you program it. It's a very simple setup. It's
and it's pre-built.
Yeah, it's pre-built like this. But as far as when you set up a radio, like on a Free Sky platform, OpenTX, channel 1 is aileron, channel 2 is pitch, channel 3 is throttle, channel 4 is arm, channel 4 is yaw, channel 5 is arm, and channel 6 is the flight mode. So you can just see it moving there. But that's all there is to that. Okay. There's not much. If you need to calibrate it, when you first power it on, about 20 seconds in, you push and hold the button for 3 seconds, and then you calibrate the sticks for that. I did have to reverse my aileron channel from factory, just a generic setup. That was the only thing I had to do. The elevator was proper. Okay. And then I did calibrate the motor, and let's just hear the motor kick up. So
and don't run that full throttle for more than a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
For those. Yeah.
So that's pretty much all there is to it.
All right. Well, it won't fly without those things.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about the electronics.
Yeah. So how
it's literally glue on.
What do you call
it?
Foam tack or like a
contact cement works good, yeah. Or you can use. Looks like they originally intended to actually have active rudders. Huh. Interesting.
We can wear that guy up right there as is.
Yeah, without the camera system.
Yeah. For those who want to know the weight.
99.3, that's with the battery and adapter. I'm just going to drop this camera and VTX on it, for example. So about 105, 106 grams or so. Let's prop too. Let's put a prop.
Don't cheat. We want to fly it with propellers.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna add a prop. Yeah, so about 106 grams with screws in it and all that, and a prop. So it's pretty lightweight. If you want to add stickers, adds a little more. Keep going.
And if you want the screws, the hole in the prop, add a little more.
Yeah.
See, Pat, 107.
So it is a 430 millimeter wingspan. The manufacturer claims 65 grams flying weight, but that's empty, bare, no battery. So you're going to factor in more like 105 to 120 grams depending on your camera system, probably. It is made out of EPP.
Let's do the, what do you call it? Let's measure. All right, so we're, come over a little bit.
Keep about right?
Yeah, right there. And
so maybe a hair over.
430. Yeah, a little over, like 430.
Just touch the wingtip.
Yeah. Yeah, 430. Yeah. I guess it all depends on your.
So this is just something, a fun little park flyer. Uses the 1105 motors that you commonly found on a lot of these smaller drones. You can use the S-Bus receiver, which is nice. You don't have to go buy another receiver. So if you got a little laying around like an XM Plus, AC900 from KingKong laying around, you can just put that in it, install it. All the servos are pre-installed. The only gluing is these two parts right here, which you could use hot melt. Being so EPP,
anybody can build it, because you can probably install these backwards.
Oh yeah, look at that. Hey, wait, can you install it this way? No, you can't. Oh,
I guess you could.
I guess you actually could,
so
but no, don't do that.
This up. But I wonder how it will fly like that.
We're not going to try that.
All right. But as you can see, this is a very tiny wing, 430 millimeters from tip to tip.
Yeah, this is something you could pretty much get away with flying in a small baseball diamond, small soccer field, park, stuff like that.
Right.
It's not going to cause any trouble, but you could definitely take that to a park and nobody's going to say anything probably.
Yep, and there is no build. You literally
glue those on, not just put them on like we just did for this video. You literally install the receiver. If you want to do FPV, install your camera equipment, camera and VTX, and glue the tail strips on and install the prop. So there's very little to it. As long as you got an S-Bus receiver and if you got some old micro video cameras and all that laying around, then you're good to go.